Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with Roman-style tripe. That's right, we're cooking tripe. What's tripe? It's from a cow, and that's really all you need to know, okay? But it is delicious, especially prepared like this. So I'm going to start with about 2.5 pounds of beef tripe. There it is. There's very few things that feel as cool as tripe. I'm going to throw it in a big stock pot with a bay leaf, some salt, some white vinegar, and, believe it or not, vanilla. A little trick I learned from Mario Batali. We're going to fill that with cold water. I'm going to bring that over to the stove and bring that to a boil over high heat. As soon as it comes to a boil, I want you to skim any foam that comes to the top, okay? Then turn your heat down until you have a very, very gentle simmer. What is a very gentle simmer? That's a very gentle simmer, okay, just like that. We're going to cover that, and we're going to let that simmer on low heat for an hour and a half. At that point, I want you to take it out and put it in a bowl to cool. Do not throw away the cooking liquid, though. We're going to use some of that. All right, and I know what you're thinking. It looks awesome like that. Can we eat it like that? No, we're going to make a sauce first, okay? So set that aside. For our sauce, we're going to take some pancetta, which is basically an unsmoked sort of Italian bacon. I'm going to dice that up nice and small. I'm going to cook that in a little bit of olive oil in a saucepan. We're on medium heat. I really don't want it like crispy brown, but I do want it cooked. When it looks something like that, I'm going to go ahead and add a diced onion. We're going to cook that on medium heat until the onions turn translucent, 6-7 minutes, something like that. Then I'm going to add a good amount of garlic, freshly chopped garlic. Please don't buy those little containers of chopped garlic in the oil with the preservatives. All right, just not acceptable. Once our garlic cooks for about 2 minutes, I'm going to add a marinara sauce. Any basic marinara will work, especially the one we have on the blog. All right, I'm going to stir that in. I'm going to add about a cup of our cooking liquid. All right, I'm also going to add some hot pepper flakes. I like my tripe a little spicy. All right, I'm going to bring that to a simmer, turn the heat down to low, and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. So give it a stir every once in a while, but just let it simmer about 30 minutes or so. If you need to add a little more of that cooking liquid, if it's getting too dry, go ahead. All right? In the meantime, our tripe is cool. It's nice and tender because it's been boiled for an hour and a half, so it's easy to work with. All right, I'm going to cut it into like inch-thick slices and then into little squares. See that? So cool. I'm going to add that to the sauce. Give that a stir, and we're going to want to cook this for about a half hour. Now, we're definitely going to want to probably add a little more of that cooking liquid, okay? You're going to be the judge. You definitely want enough liquid so it can simmer for about 30 minutes without getting too thick. All right, some people like their tripe saucy. Some people like it a little drier, more like a stew. You decide. So I put a couple ladles of that cooking liquid in and just stirred it and simmered it for about 30 minutes. I'm so excited about this. All right, to finish off, I'm going to add a can of garbanzo beans, drained and rinsed. We used to call those chichi beans. I'm not sure why we stopped. I'm also going to throw in some black pepper, a little bit of salt. So you're going to taste and adjust for seasoning. All right, final phase. While that simmers for another 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to chop fresh mint. This is a critical, crucial, very, very important ingredient. This basically makes this dish, in my opinion. And I'm not shy here. I'm adding a lot of chopped mint. All right, probably like 3 big tablespoons in my case. But I think it's really important. If you're just not a huge mint fan, you can try Italian parsley, but it's not the same. All right, once the mint is in, I'm going to turn off the heat. I'm going to throw in some Parmesan cheese, freshly grated, the real stuff, the Reggiano. Use the real stuff, please. And there we go. Roman-style tripe. And I don't make a lot of offal dishes. I don't cook with a lot of innards. You could say I just don't have the guts. But this is one of the exceptions. I love this dish. I'm going to ladle this up, maybe a little more cheese, maybe a gratuitous mint sprig, to make a pretty picture. And let me dig in here. You know what? Stop. I'm going to put the spoon back down because really the best part is the sauce. So I'm going to take some bread, dip it. Let me soak that up. Taste that first. Oh yeah. Just crazy good. My grandfather used to make this when I was just a tiny kid, so I sort of grew up on it. Some people say it's an acquired taste. I don't agree. I think anyone could eat this and enjoy it. Don't be scared of innards, right? Especially ones this delicious. Very easy to cook, very easy to work with, very easy to find at the store. So give it a try. All the ingredients are on foodwishes.com as usual. And as always, enjoy